All right, I'm Gary McReynolds. I'm here with my mom, Vivian McReynolds, and she has such a rich history, and I do as well, but thanks to her and my dad, of being raised in what is called the Jesus movement. So, of course, I was born in '64, and the Jesus movement started around 1968, the end of the 60s, all the way up through the mid to late 70s, right? And so just wanted to get, some of your experiences with all of that. I know we were going to Kathryn Kuhlmans' ministry, and I actually shared a video clip of Kathryn Kuhlman with the Jesus people. So what, she started a television, did she have a television program?
She went out to, I think it's Los Angeles, once a month, and rented this large building, like a, what do you call it? I forget the name of it now, but it was a huge building. It would seat a lot of people. She went there once a month and held services.
Okay.
And a lot of times there was healings and so on there. But why she got concerned during the Jesus movement, nobody of the churches was helping or setting up, because there was so many coming to Christ. There was the street ministry and all that, and she kept thinking some of the ones probably out there in California, that's where it started. They would do it, and they didn't make any move to it. So she talked to us, because we're her
You're
church.
saying the denominational churches weren't embracing these hippies and everybody that was getting saved, and the street people and everything like that. So she came back to, and again, a lot of people don't know that she had a congregation that met in Stambaugh Auditorium in Youngstown, Ohio, every week, and we were a part of that. We were part of that body of Christ. So you were saying she would go out there once a month, hold these big services, and
they were open to anybody. So
right.
It was like, so it was filled up whenever, I think it was good-sized auditorium. It's like a public place where they have meetings.
Conference centers and
Anyhow, she said she had waited for the church to make a move on the move that was going on, and they hadn't, and she was praying about it, and she said, I feel like God was telling me to go rent, I don't know where, I can't remember the names of these places, but it was in California, and to see about renting just for teenagers and young adults. Teenagers had to be at least 15, I think, to come to this meeting, and the oldest boy would be probably in their 20s, maybe late 20s.
Yeah.
But she didn't want anybody behind that or above it, because she felt like there was a tremendous move, and she wanted to reach as many of these
young people.
And
so she rented this auditorium and had an exclusive service just for 15-year-olds through late 20s. And so, because if it would have been open to the public, a lot of these older people would have come, and there wouldn't have been enough room.
That's right.
For the young people. So she made an exclusive meeting just for them. And that was probably after her. She had Chuck Smith and Lonnie Frisbee and the leaders of that movement. She had them on her television show.
I don't
yeah.
remember any of that, but I just know that she shared with her church
Right.
on Sunday morning what she was going to do, and she specified that they had to be a certain age and they couldn't be on through that or up to that. Through that, she felt like God wanted her to talk to them and share, and it was tremendous because it was packed out. And she said for the fire laws and stuff, they couldn't get a whole lot more. But kids sit on the floor and all that, as long as it came up to the fire laws. But after so long,
right, there were so
over.
many. Yeah, there were so many they couldn't even fit any more people in legally.
Yeah,
and so
she preached to them, and after I think probably being born again and
right.
what it all meant, because these were kids, street people, and also kids that wasn't maybe even raised in church and didn't really know for sure what was going on, but they all went and they got delivered, set free, born again, you name it. I mean, got all kinds of things that happened there, and they did bring some of them up on stage and then talk to them about what had happened. And she said that it was tremendous because these kids were broken and crying and realizing about their lives.
Yeah, they were genuine. They had a genuine encounter with God.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying, typically Kathryn Kuhlman, she didn't allow people to take the mic or even really get to where they were hugging her and
well, they
and
did.
all of this
She
and
did
that.
allow. She did allow.
But at that meeting, the young people,
they were so broken and they were so happy for her talking to them and having the gathering, that they would, when they would bring some of them up on stage, they would just hug her and was so grateful to her for being willing to come and do this.
wow.